strain called stripper spit.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's just regular weed?
Yeah.
There's nothing, it's not like viscous or anything?
No.
Like, it's not,
It's just the name of the strain.
He didn't wipe.
No,
He didn't wipe before he died.
No.
He died with a dirty poo-poo butt.
Now you go on now here. Hey, Peter.
Yeah. Welcome to Always Room for More. I'm your host, Chris Moore. With me always, beautiful Katrina Penny.
Hello, I'm Katrina.
And our best friends, Ryan and Spinny.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Spinny.
So we're near the end of May or middle of May. We're somewhere in May. And got me thinking, summer's around the corner. You know what summer means? Summer camps.
Or it used to anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, hopefully, maybe soon, right?
Maybe. Let's see.
Optimistic thoughts, people. So we decided that this episode's our movie episode of the month, and we chose Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Trina chose Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah. Well, Trina chose Sleepaway Camp, but I was secretly voting for Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah. You were not
Extremely
upset about
happy that I picked it.
Because I was excited to show Trina last year. I think it was last year I showed you. And so she was excited to show you guys this year.
Yeah, I was just like, I cannot wait to show them Sleepaway Camp.
It's fucking weird.
It was an interesting movie.
It's fucking weird.
Has if you guys know, most people probably know about Sleepaway Camp now. It's one of those classic 80 horror movies that people love to show their friends if they haven't seen it or talk about.
It's so bad, it's amazing.
Angela Baker, a shy, traumatized young girl, is sent to summer camp with her cousin. Shortly after her arrival, anyone with sinister or less than honorable intentions gets their comeuppance. So, basically, that's the beginning of the story. Is like there's a father taking his two young kids out on a boating trip at this camp area, and across the lake is a camp, and they have like a camp counselor who's like on a fucking motorboat having a girl on one of those jet ski things. Like,
Yeah.
no, she was behind the boat skiing, and they're fooling around, and then the one girl takes over the boat trains, and she ends up crashing into the family with the two kids, or the old man with the two kids. And so, we see that the dad is fucking dead in the water, floating there.
But we don't see what happens to the kids.
Yeah, we just see an empty life saver thing, or jacket.
Life preserver.
Thank you.
It's okay, we're fine.
Yeah, lifesaver.
Lifesaver, isn't that a candy?
It is.
Yeah.
It's also something they use in Star Wars.
No, that's lightsaber.
So I said.
That's what's that.
No, I used to
I guess if you want to be nerdy, call it a life jacket.
Well, I was gonna say I used to get shit all the time in the playgrounds because I used to say I'm using my lightsaber. And they're like, "What'd you call it?" My lightsaber, saber, like saber, not saver. I'm like, whatever, it's what I call it. It saves the light. So, anyways, the movie is a really fun, fucked up horror movie to watch.
If you like really campy B horror movies, this is a good
for
one
sure,
to
especially
watch.
80s.
I love it so much.
The outfit.
The short shorts and the crop tops on everything.
It was a lot.
Anything that stand out to you guys who haven't seen it?
The short shorts, the crop tops.
The 80s fashion, you weren't really
It was very 80s vibe. The side ponytail.
Hard 80s vibe. Yeah, the side ponytail.
Right off the side of the head.
Yeah.
All the bangs.
bangs.
The dialogue. Some of the sayings, the phrases.
Yeah. We were questioning whether or not we were if people just talked like that in the 80s, or if like that's just a director style or whatever. It's just all 80s movies have that same kind of campy, well, cut it out, will ya? Just that very, and they all talk very open-mouthed.
Like
have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Like, they over-exaggerate every pronunciation because, like, obviously, I guess the audio wasn't as good, so it's like, speak louder, please. So they're like over pronunciating with their voices, and like, can you shut your mouth after a syllable, please? Like,
Pulling a Ross with their over pronunciation.
Yeah.
not even just the one bitchy girl, how she was always like, and like she always like had her mouth like hanging
Meg?
open, like that kind of like.
No, Judy.
They probably told her to do that.
Yeah, it's just she has such a punchable face. Anyway,
Meg, M-E-G.
Yeah, there was a camp counselor who's a real bitch. Her name is Meg, M-E-G, Meg. Don't get it wrong now. And there's a camper named Judy. She's a real fucking
Thought her
see
name
you
was
next
June.
Tuesday. No, it's Judy. Because remember, she wears a she's so self-centered. She has a goddamn T-shirt with her goddamn name right on the fucking thing.
True.
She ain't on a goddamn team or nothing.
I didn't catch that.
Just says Judy. But yeah, she's a real, like I said, see you next Tuesday. If you know what I mean. Definitely not your favorite person in the camp.
Yeah.
well, there's a lot to delve into with this one, I feel like. So let's smoke weed about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Well, everybody's got a bowl pack.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Hey, we're ready to go this time.
Sort of.
Sort of.
So, thank you. Now, I talked about the opening scene of the boating thing, but after we see that, it cuts to this really fucking strange woman. I don't know who the hell this woman, I don't know who plays her, but the acting on this chick just, woo!
Oh, was that the mom?
Yeah, the mom.
Yeah. Creepy mom.
Yeah.
She plays this crazy mother, like, whoa, man.
Think of really like, I could probably do an impression of it, but it'd be really rough.
True.
You know, I'm trying to think of who to compare her to in a movie that people might know.
Kind of hard, because she's kind of a standout.
A very unique character. Well, she's a very neurotic kind of, you can tell she's a little bit off kilter.
Yeah,
Like,
there's something not there.
you can tell immediately the way she talks to herself. She almost self-narrates.
Like, I don't want to give anything away just yet, because we'll get to it, but I think there are theories of why this chick is this fucked up.
Well, it's obviously a big, like, lead-in to the story
Yeah.
itself.
It's so vague. They shows so little of it.
Yeah.
But it's a huge part of the storyline, yeah.
It is.
Right?
It's like the entire cause of it, but just like it's left up to the imagination of the
Yeah.
viewer.
Basically, like I said, it's a weird way of telling the story. So it's just, like, they did it,
All right,
but
so
with flashbacks and shit.
I got a terrible memory, and
We literally watched
Cluing
it
in
5
on
minutes
shit.
ago, guys.
no, I remember shit, but one little detail, one question. It was that crazy little demon psycho girl at the very end, the same one that was in the water and watched the guys get run over.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
She was the daughter.
All right.
That was the daughter.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. We'll
I-
get to it. We'll get to
I
it.
still don't see the correlation between that making her a demon.
It wasn't.
It wasn't that exactly.
It wasn't that.
People, if you haven't seen Sleepaway Camp, stop listening right now.
Yeah, stop watching,
Let's get
listening.
into spoiler territory real fast here. So stop listening. Go watch this fucking awesome movie. I love it. I think it's a great 80s horror B movie, slasher movie.
I do as well.
And then come back.
And then come back and listen to the rest. Don't stop listening altogether. Just come back later.
Or just keep listening.
Or keep listening if you don't care. Then just go watch it later so you can verify that it is that fucked up.
Yeah.
So here's your spoiler. There's your spoiler warning. If you haven't shut it off now, well, now here we go.
Yeah.
So basically, the little girl, beginning of the movie, is the one that dies, and her brother is the one that survives, and her aunt, his aunt, is the one that takes him in, basically, because what I believe is the guy on the shore is yelling to the father and the two kids, because in the beginning there's a guy on the shore yelling to them, come back in, we got to see the dock soon. I think that guy is that girl's brother, and he was the lover of the guy in the boat.
Oh, that's why they get that flashback.
And that's why the girl later on gets a flashback of seeing her father with another man in a bed, right?
Yeah, that was a weird part.
It takes you off guard if you're not fully paying attention, and that's why I kept looking to see if you guys were fully paying attention to the movie, because there are little parts that, like, if you're not paying attention fully, you're kind of it'll take you off guard and be like, wait, what am I watching?
Yeah.
You know, like if you're not paying attention fully, because like those little things all kind of add up to the conclusion, right? I was like a little worried because I was like, is Ryan paying attention right now? Is he going to know what's going on? And lo and behold, he has no idea what happened.
Neither do I.
Weird movie.
It was a weird
What's
movie.
your questions? I'll try to answer. Well, we'll try to answer them.
You put me on the spot to have I didn't have a specific question right now. It was a weird movie.
Well, let's continue through the plot line.
Anyway, so my figure is the aunt takes the little boy in, but she's already a little loopy because she doesn't know how to handle that her brother is a, homosexual. And so she basically goes crazy or whatever and is like, oh, I don't need another boy. I already have a son. I need a daughter. So you're going to be my new daughter, Pete. Instead of Pete, you're going to be Angela. So basically that's why you see that one scene. She's like, Angela, that's a lovely name. Your name's going to be Angela. It means angels. I'm crazy. Batshit crazy. So yeah,
That the one with the weird voice?
Yeah,
Sounds
so the
like
one that's just like,
she's
now you
off
go
of a-
on now, you hear?
Yeah.
Like,
Sounds like she's right off of like a 50s sitcom.
right. So
That
that's
startled Ryan. The voice treated Ryan just like, oh.
now go on, children. Go get your shoes on. Like, you gotta have that real 50s kind of like,
That was very accurate.
That
That
was
last
pretty
part.
good.
yeah, right. So like,
Angela, what an amazing name. Oh, I think it means angel, doesn't it? Like, it's like one of those like too proper and too creepy.
yeah, she's very creepy and weird. So I think that's what makes her a little weird. Whatever, she's lost off her rocker. She turned a little boy into a little girl and made him fucked up. So when he goes to camp and stuff like that with his cousin, they all think he's a girl because even his cousin believes that it's a girl.
Like,
that this
he's
is
been
his-
raised as a girl from the time that she took him in.
Yeah, so they he doesn't realize that.
Right. And this isn't like a form of like, this child is choosing to be anything. This child is being forced to dress as a girl and change their identity against their will because the woman, the aunt, wants a daughter so badly.
So that's why the boy is a little.
So the very beginning scene could have been a false memory, and him kind of.
No, the beginning scene where they get hit by the boat actually happens,
Yeah.
but they make it seem like the brother and the dad die, and it was actually the sister and the dad that
Yeah,
died.
the little girl that died, not the little boy.
Right? And she gets the little boy, she gets the brother,
She gets custody of the brother.
right? And it's like, well, I already have a little boy, so I'm going to call you Angela, and you are going to be a girl now because I've always wanted a little girl.
Yeah, but the scene showed the daughter seeing the whole incident with the boat.
It showed both of the kids. You don't see the two kids
The
afterwards.
other people were campers from the camp across the lake, in the speedboat.
The person screaming in the water is a camper.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, those are campers.
She was
'cause
the
they're
one on the
ones that caused
skis.
the accident.
She was the one that was on the back skiing and trying to warn them that they were about to run into another boat.
Yeah, so she was the one screaming, "Somebody help them! Somebody help them! They're dead! They're dying! Somebody please help them!"
Right?
That was fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what that shit reminded me of?
What?
Fucking Robbie from War of the Worlds or whatever. Robbie!
Or
Robbie! No, yeah, you just get cut off. Someone would go to talk and what was her name? Who was that little girl that played that?
Wasn't it
Dakota
Dakota
Fanning.
Fanning?
Yeah,
Fanning, yeah.
Dakota Fanning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so going on from there, right, you get her, going to camp with her cousin, right? But she makes it out at the very beginning like they're siblings, right? So you think, oh, maybe both of the kids survived and you have the boy and the girl, right? But then later on you find out that they're cousins, right? It's like, oh, my cousin Angela's with me.
Well, no, she
Right?
says, "Where's your cousin Angela?" and stuff like that to Ricky when he comes downstairs.
Oh, true. Yeah, I missed that part.
So like they realize that they're basically cousins, and he's been basically raised with her because her parents died.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what we're led to believe is that her father died, so now the aunt has custody of her because she was a doctor. Because remember they said in the beginning, the guys like, "We're gonna meet the doctor," right? Which is his sister. It's what I figure. That's my theory is that doctor, the girl, is his sister. There's another theory that she's actually the ex-wife of the guy in the boat, so that's why she's loopy, because her husband turned gay on her and all this crazy shit. Because remember, this is back in the 80s when all that shit was still, you know,
Kinda like
people,
taboo.
yeah, people are still fucking crazy about that shit for stupid reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't get that snippet until like later on in the movie though.
Yeah.
Like that comes later when you're trying to start putting things
Who's the
together.
killer, yeah.
You know, who done it, right?
Because like the whole movie, they're trying to basically make you think that there's somebody killing people in the camp, but they don't want to give you away right away that it's Angela. So the movie trying to make you think it's Ricky, her cousin, or maybe even Paul, the guy that she liked, or the guy that likes her, but she kind of likes, but she's a little weird about it because she doesn't understand her feelings because she understands that she's a boy, so she doesn't understand her feelings for boys and girls. You know, because that's why, like, if you watch her in the movie, she's always staring at the girls. Now, is that because she's weird and whatnot, or is it because she doesn't understand that she's having feelings for these people?
Right, like
she's like, I'm attracted to this person. Why?
biologically male, you know, and having, you know, these male feelings that have never been introduced or you know, explained to them, right? So they're having all these feelings. It's like, am I not supposed to be having these feelings? Because look at what happened to my dad, because they witnessed their father in bed with another man, right? So they already know they're already predisposed to a gay relationship, but they're under the influence that it's wrong because being raised by that aunt has probably had it drilled into their head.
Oh yeah.
Right? And being, you know, so like there's that back and forth of that mental trauma.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole movie.
Anything else need cleared up?
But that's why she's
Sounds
staring
weird.
all the time and seems so weird.
Yeah. And so basically, yeah. So we're supposed to think it's not Angela throughout the movie. Maybe one of the other camp counselors committing these murders. There's a weird pedophile guy in the beginning. That scene is the weirdest scene for
Yeah,
me.
man, that
That
throws you
scene-
right off the get go. Like,
That scene makes me freaking cringe. And I literally, the first time I watched it, I think I either messaged you, Spinny, or somebody, and I was like, what in the hell
yeah, I
am
saw a
I
couple
watching?
scenes.
Yeah.
Before I've seen this movie, I saw a couple scenes. I
Yeah.
saw that scene, and I saw the scene with the crazy lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And I
mom.
think I sent them to
Or the
you,
aunt,
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, the
Yeah,
aunt,
yeah.
not the
And I was
mom.
just like, this pedophile guy is just like, I love me some, you know,
They call them
youngins.
baldies where I come from.
I
So
call them baldies. It's just like,
fucking gross.
ew, and he's like gross and old and
Yeah, it's fucked up.
The
and
weirder
like
part is like the head chef guy, the black guy. He's just like
Laughs it
Oh,
off.
you kidder, Artie! Oh, you're so funny. You're such a fucking.
Yeah, like it was a weird fucking vibe. Like,
Right?
What,
some
like,
sort of like,
yeah, that's
like,
a joke.
like
And then
possessed village
there's a
kind of
fucking
thing where
line.
everyone kind of like fucking. Like, okay. I'm cutting this out. Fucking kind of like WandaVision.
oh yeah,
Well, that's okay by now.
Yeah,
People
kind of like.
understand that.
Yeah.
but
That's still not okay.
the line that gets to me though is they're like, he goes, oh, they're way too young for you, Artie, or whatever, and he's just like, there's no such thing as too young, you're just too old. And it's just like, ugh,
Yeah.
stop it.
Could you
God.
imagine getting paid to do that? I would say no. Like just to be the actor.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
To
Yeah.
be the actor that would have to do that, I would be like, that's not the thing I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
that.
I'm not gonna say that.
Those words aren't gonna come out of my mouth.
I'm not sure if that guy
right.
ever continued on his acting career, whoever he was.
I don't know who he was, so I'm fair to that. Maybe that's.
I'm not really cared to look it up either. I don't think he went very far. Probably, who knows?
Yeah. Poor
But-
guy just got a label with the fucking.
Oh, it's the pedo from Sleepaway Camp. Look at that.
He didn't look like he was having any issues acting that scene out, though.
That is true.
He looked like he pulled that scene off pretty naturally.
Just
like
sitting at home.
You guys want me to read this script? All right, yeah.
No, it's not even that. It's like, did you just ad lib that? Yeah.
Dude, that wasn't in the script, but
Did you know we were rolling? You were rolling? Fucking yeah. So he gets killed first. Thank God. That piece of shit gets fucking taken out, dropped into a boiling pot of corn. Basically, well, gets thrown into a boiling pot of like a huge pot. Like they said, you guys pointed out before it happened. You can boil a whole human in that pot.
It's like a 5-foot pot, dude.
I'm just thinking, just wait for it.
Literally on IMDb. Okay, so the guy that played the pedo guy
What was
is
his name?
Owen Hughes.
What was the name of the movie? Does this tell you? Does it tell you the name? This is Artie, I think, of the movie.
Yeah, his name's Artie in the movie.
Yeah.
But Owen Hughes is an actor known for Sleepaway Camp. 1983. That's it. That's all it says on his IMDb. Like, that's it.
I don't know
And
any
one
of the
and done.
actors in that movie though.
No, there was.
So it seems like one of those like movies that didn't have famous actors.
yeah,
All the actors were decently good for an 80s movie.
Yeah,
Some of them
pretty
were a little corny, but it was the 80s, so the 80s were a little corny.
Yeah.
It's like
The fucking there's a bunch of great scenes and great comments and moments in that movie. One of my favorite ones though is they're playing baseball and one kid, Billy, I think his name is, steps with the bat.
Billy?
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
He goes, and Ricky, the cousin, he's at third base. Somebody yells some shit to him, and the guy goes like, "Eat shit, Ricky," and Ricky's like, "Eat shit and live, Bill."
yeah,
Eat shit, yeah.
eat shit and die, Ricky.
Yeah.
Eat shit and live, Bill.
Yeah,
Oh, it's fucking.
it was great. I was like, the first time I heard that, I was like, "That's fucking awesome!" Like,
What's a bigger insult? Eat shit and die, or eat shit and live? You know what?
just his recovery, just his
Eat
comeback
shit and
too.
die wouldn't be too bad. I mean, it'd suck. It would really suck. Definitely don't want to eat shit or
The
die.
thing is, your taste buds don't work if you die.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's only for a quick second. You're tasting shit, then you're dead. So you know.
But if you eat shit and
be a
live, then you
shitty-
gotta like try and rinse your mouth out and like
Remember
100 million times.
It'd be a shitty last
Okay.
last couple minutes to go.
That ain't coming out.
Did we have any standout death scenes that we liked?
Oh, the bees one had a bee coming out of a
That
hole.
was
That fucked me
terrible.
up.
That
I'm
was-
like that.
was
I'm not a
terrible.
fan of that. That made me like a little.
Yeah.
So, fun fact, I don't know if I've mentioned this before.
Oh right. Ryan's terrified of bees.
I had a bee crawl in my ear when I was like, I don't know, 7.
Holy shit.
That was a traumatizing
Yeah,
scene for
That's
you.
fucked.
He didn't get very far in, but like my
You got him out.
my reaction was to smack the side of my head.
Oh my god.
I'm 7.
That just
Did
reminded
it work?
me.
Yeah. How do you want me to answer that? It's not a yes or no question. So I got him out of my ear, but he stung me.
Nice.
But he stung me in the hand, so that was good.
Oh, there
Not
you
in
go.
the ear?
Not
That's
in
a
the
lot
ear.
better.
Okay,
Which
yeah.
is great.
You could get
Yeah,
cauliflower.
I got stung in the hand once too.
But that story does remind me. It's not my story. It's my brother's story. My brothers were once hanging out playing video games, and my brother Justin, or I think it was Justin, saw something just come close to his face, just tickle his face a little, right? And all of a sudden, Jordan looks over and Justin just fucking full out just slaps himself real fucking hard in the fucking face. And Jordan's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I thought I saw a spider. It was a fucking piece of fluff." Oh, it was. I wish I was there, but once I heard that story, I was like, "Oh, I would have been golden to see."
See,
Just full out
I
slaps
kind of have a
himself.
similar issue to Ryan where I almost got stung on the ear. I was in gym class in like 5th grade, and I felt something on the back of my ear. My hair was pulled back, and I felt something tickling the back of my ear, so I thought it was a piece of my hair, right? So I went to go tuck my hair behind my ear, and all of a sudden I just got stung on the pinky, and I like went like that. Oh, okay, people can't see me,
Yeah.
but like I flicked the flicked the back of my ear, and I like flung it off of my ear, right? But I got stung in the process, and that was awful. But I also got stung in the corner of my eye, like right
Damn.
in the
Damn.
beside your nose in the
Yeah.
corner, right in that little area.
Where the Sandman puts the
Yeah,
sand.
yeah. And the best part about that was that my eye swelled shut, and I had to go to dinner that night with my family. So I'm sitting at the restaurant with an ice pack over my eye with my entire family eating dinner, and I'm just like can't see out of my one eye because my eye's swollen shut. I'm like, this is good. This is
Like
great.
some crazy guy off of Harry Potter.
I'm just like, I look contagious right now. Like, this should not be happening. But anyway, the bee scene happens to one of the counselors, you know, coming back around to the movie.
He's taking a shit, and somebody cuts the fucking screen above him behind for the window behind him, and they fucking stick in a fucking bee's nest through the fucking hole and just shaking him out and drop it in there on him.
They put a broom handle
yeah.
through the bathroom doors so they
stall
couldn't
doors.
open it, right? But what I loved was Spinny's reaction was but you could just crawl under
that
the
what you said?
stall, right?
Oh, yeah, every single way these people got killed doesn't make sense. There's a couple that you couldn't get away from.
No.
But like the chair happened for like a minute and a half. You're just
I get
seeing
it.
this hand.
Yeah, the pedophile is trying to trying to test out the boiling water in his tall ass pot, right? So he stands on a chair to get to it, and that's when the killer comes in and pushes him towards the thing.
But it takes like 40 whole seconds
Yeah.
for the fucking killer to like grab the chair and push the chair, and he's just standing on a chair. He could just hop off the chair. He's like 6'5".
Yeah, and also that's why I say he just leaned back and then jump off the chair because basically all he was doing was leaning forward too much and fucking holding onto the ledge.
Yeah,
of the
push yourself
shelf.
off the ledge. Like it was.
It wasn't that hard of a escape.
It was a pretty stupid death scene.
But I think also what I thought too during that bathroom scene, the B scene, was that stick didn't look that strong, and it took him a while to break through it. Like I think I could have broke that stick pretty quickly. That broom handle stick didn't look too thick.
But if you saw, he wasn't using his feet.
That's true. That's one thing I was like, why aren't you using your feet, motherfucker?
He's just
Kick
standing
that
there and
motherfucker.
wiggling.
Yeah, like that's not somebody that wants to
You got
live.
some leg power.
Yeah, I like how you never saw the kid's face really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the whole B scene,
Yeah.
until after,
Yeah,
it's just covered in
it's
bees.
like super depersonalized. Like you forget who it was for a second.
They used up their budget on two scenes: the bee scene, the snake scene. When the snake came out of the dead kid's mouth, that's probably a lot of fucking money for FX.
Back then.
Yeah.
Back then. This is 83?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they didn't show anything else. They didn't show the girl getting stabbed. Well, they showed her getting stabbed through the wall, which basically someone just shoved a knife through a wall, which
That
is
looked,
my favorite death
honestly,
scene.
for the 80s, that looked real. They probably had a dummy body and just put a snake in it. Inside the...
Oh, that one? Yeah, yeah.
Like a full head thing, and it's like they just rented a snake.
Yeah,
It
basically.
doesn't seem like it'd be that expensive.
Did you see the budget of that movie, though? Did you see the movie? That looked pretty expensive for that movie.
Fair.
But no, my favorite death scene is the shower scene where the girl gets stabbed through the shower thing. The one that's humming the stupid fucking tune.
That was the worst.
It's not even a tune.
I mean, I think you might have done a better job than she did, honestly. Like, that was the worst tune I've ever heard anybody try and make up in a shower scene.
Somebody
ever.
extremely tone deaf trying to hum a tune, but they can't get the tune, so it's just what they think the tune is, and it's just like, yeah, that's close enough.
To compare her on the spot humming, it's equivalent to Elaine from Seinfeld.
And her dancing.
Her dancing, yes. Very fucking similar.
Kicks. Then they call her Kicks or something. Yeah. Like kicks on her legs. Ryan's demonstrating. He's demonstrating the Elaine dance.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen you do.
Did the girl...
Oh, great. Now you're getting read on this.
He doesn't have enough room to do it.
No.
Yeah, but that scene, because it is kind of well done, I thought. They would show her stabbing through a wall and blood coming out, and then show the chick on the other side, like going, oh, like that, moaning in pain.
Ryan, did you have a favorite death scene?
It probably would have been the B scene as well. That was like traumatic. Yeah, I would fuck somebody up if they attempted some shit like that on me. And yeah, you could probably crawl underneath, but yo, what if they catch you mid shit? Like
he did.
Yeah, like he did, right?
Yeah, when you think about it, there's I spend a lot of my days
Yeah,
super
you can
vulnerable.
crawl underneath it, but in the middle of a panic with all the bees coming at you, that's probably not going to be one of your first thoughts.
True. Maybe the reason why he didn't kick the door because he forgot to pull up his pants, so they were just kind of...
There's actually, it does show him pull up his
I was
pants.
going to say, yeah, I think that does happen.
And then the combination of potentially being
didn't wipe.
allergic.
No,
He didn't wipe before he died.
No.
He died with a dirty poo-poo butt.
Did he die with his
That's some
pants
shit.
up?
Yep, he died with pants up with dirty poo-poo butt.
Trina, what was your favorite death scene?
Okay, so my favorite death scene. Okay, so one of the bitchy girls is sitting in her bunk, and she thinks she's all that, and the fucking killer comes in, and you just see their shadow, and it kind of looks like Ricky. They make it look like Ricky, just to get back at her for standing him up and, like, being a bitch to him all summer. But it's, you know, a silhouette, and she'd been curling her hair. And when they walk up, right, you just see a shadow, and the bitch just gets punched out, just fucking. Oh, you're not talking shit anymore. Oh, right? Because, like, she's like, oh, it's you, blah, right? And, like, he gets just punched in the face, knocks her out, puts a pillow over her head, and then all you see is the shadow of the curling iron come up.
No. You get to see someone pick up the curling iron, which you see on the blanket, it's been burnt. So that curling iron's still fucking hot. That's supposed to intel for you right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and then you see them pick up her legs and put it on the bed. But you just get that impression. You know what's about to happen. Then all you get is the silhouette coming down and just a big old scream after they open the clamp of the frickin'... you see them open the clamp of the curling iron and then go down, right? And you just hear blood-curdling screams. And you're just wondering, you know...
Yeah.
What? Man, I know exactly where that fucking went, and I don't want it.
I always thought it was that they clamped down on it, like they stuck in and clamped down. Ryan brought up a good theory. What did you bring up your theory, Ryan? What did you think happened there?
You wanted me to bring it up?
Yeah,
here,
I
eh?
wanted you to tell me what happened there. What did you think happened again?
You know what? I'll go a step further. My brother had a hockey team called the Shockers once, and that's where I first heard about this term. Yeah, maybe she got the shocker, you know, the one in the pink, one in the stink.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And
I hadn't thought of that until you said it, and I'm like, oh, my God, that would hurt so much more.
They deliberately showed her opening the curling iron.
Right. So you know there's some clamping involved somewhere.
It's all implied.
Yeah.
But...
Right? So it could either be a clamp or...
It's implied.
You know?
They gave her the clamp.
The clamps. Give them the clamps.
Either way, that traumatized me. That fucked with me, but at the same time, I loved it because I wanted to see that bitch die.
Yeah, Judy's a real.
And she was like, I mean, not to slut shame, but she was really promiscuous. So it's just kind of funny that that's the way they put her out. Was, you know.
Yeah. It's funny in a fucked up way.
Yeah, it's
she was
maybe I'm a messed up person.
It was super campy.
Yeah,
it was perfect.
You know, and like she was picking on Angela the whole time, like the whole movie. She's a real bitch to Angela. Like she does a whole bunch of horrible shit, so she deserves to die. At least I think
in the movie.
If
everyone's going to,
that's a horrible way. That's a fucking horrible way.
We're not talking about life in general. You know, this is movie life.
Like she was a real nasty person. I can figure like she would. You know,
I wish the actress a wonderful life.
Yeah. She's a good actress. If you can make someone hate you without being a horrible person,
that's the other thing too. Like you want to play a character that to have a punchable face.
Yeah,
it's like every show needs a punchable face. Like
Joffrey.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. Like, he said that he's such a good actor because he's made so many people hate him so vehemently. Yeah. Like, just
it's like the guy who plays Malfoy.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Felton, but he's a cutie.
Yeah, everyone's like, you know, he's such a asshole to Harry, and everyone hates him, but at the same time,
they're actually best friends in real life.
He's not a bad person. He's a really cool guy and all that stuff, you know.
But yeah, if you're able to, you know, play a character and make that people hate that character so much that they believe that you were that character, then
exactly.
Like he was getting people like calling him out on the street and shit. Poor guy. Like, leave Harry alone.
Yeah, people are crazy. People who can't separate that, you know, fantasy and reality are separate things.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes someone plays someone on a TV show doesn't necessarily mean they're that way in real life. Yeah. For take instance, William Shatner. You know, he's a good fucking actor, great person like that. But he likes his own privacy. He doesn't really like to be bothered. So when he's out on those, like, you know, fan things like that, he's there for getting paid, but that's about it. You know, like, don't be, you know, expecting that, you know, again, I'm not saying I've had only one interaction with him at Fan Expo, It was all right, but you could tell he didn't want to be bothered. I was like, hey, look, that's William Shatner. And he kind of just gave me that look like, don't fucking bother me, but how's it going?
Just like, yes, I am.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm not going to, because I've heard stories before of people being like,
Just a quick, like, hey, it's William Shatner. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
On my way. That's cool. I met him today.
Yeah.
And then moving on.
And I'm not saying he's a bad person for it. He's allowed to have his own privacy.
Yeah.
Just because someone's famous, just because they have a good show you like or something you like about that, doesn't necessarily mean they owe you their time and every minute of their time and day.
Yeah.
If they're there for a special reason, then yeah, of course. Then you talk to them. They have their time. They're getting paid for it. As this time always comes around, as we usually do, is explain your strain.
Explain your strain.
Explain the strain.
Explain the strain.
Yeah. And this time we're smoking some indica. It's called Slurricane.
I think that's the best name ever.
Sick name.
Indica will do that to you.
Oh yeah, it makes you slur. Maybe that's why I was fucking it up there. I'm getting all Slurricane. So yeah, it's indica, like I said. 2.91 milligrams of THC, so I'm not sure what that means, right?
What? How many milligrams?
2.91 milligrams.
200?
No, just
You know,
2.
it's better when I see it. Better when I see it.
Okay, well, you look at that. I'm packing another toke of it.
29%.
I'm looking for the THC total. 183. I want the 100. There's one number with 100 milligrams. And if I get the 100, then I can divide that out of the 1,000.
Oh yeah, well, do it up.
183 out of 1,000 means it's basically 18.3%.
Not bad, not bad. Not our strongest one we've had yet, but it's indica, so I don't want it to be too strong, because I need to finish this fucking podcast episode.
Yeah,
Don't kid yourself. Jeez, pardon me. Don't kid yourself. 18.3% will fuck up those old timers.
yeah.
They go in there like, can I get some 14% weed?
That is true.
Oh wait, so I'm sorry. That reminds me of our one episode we just posted recently. Trina's 15% marijuana.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever.
So the buds are nice and green. They have a dark green leaves, but light green, what are that? It's like stems, maybe?
I'm gonna smoke some right now while explaining it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would explain that. Let's see.
But, it hasn't like a lot
Is
of
it-
Light on
crystals.
here.
Is it
Again.
woody or is it
Oh, it's
kind of
very
like
crystal.
airy?
It's airy.
I mean, what you
dense
were
buds, really dense
confused about
buds.
describing as stems.
I wouldn't say the stems are overly prominent. I would say that like that's a good packed leaf. Like,
Yeah. They're pretty dense buds. They're nicely and aromatic.
What?
Nice and aromatic.
Oh, I thought you said anaerobic. I'm like, what?
Have a good earthy smell to them.
But I
not too
hear
strong.
it now.
Like I said, it's good. It's good. It's good indica.
See, I like there's a certain smell that I like in my weed that we just haven't had lately, and I can't put I don't know how to explain that smell, but it's more like earthy toned, but not like dirt weed.
Smells are hard to name
Describe.
without just knowing a thing and tying it to a specific noun that you know.
That is true. I was trying really hard there, and I came up with earthy. That's the best I could do.
Like how do you objectively
I
use
like-
an adjective to describe
I
a
like weed
taste?
that has that kind of like mossy kind of smell to it, where it's like it's almost musty, but it's not. Like it's
I like all weed, kind of. Yeah.
I'm gonna shut that window. We've been podcasting this whole time with the window open.
Yeah.
womp.
Well, I appreciate fresh air, but now it's time to say no.
Loud ass trucks and shit going by. Fucking what?
It wasn't
Fucking
so.
what?
It wasn't so
2
bad
o'clock in the morning.
before.
I like all smells of weed, but I think fruity's probably fruity.
The fruity ones
probably
aren't bad,
the
but
best.
I find that like I don't know. This one doesn't have much of a like.
I love the fragrant ones, like the real fruity ones, like not the fruit, no, flowery ones, not
Yeah.
fruity. I was thinking an F word. That was what this, and then Ryan said one, and I copied that. But no, flowery weed is my
Smoke
favorite.
another one.
or
Spinny.
piney. Some people describe some weed as piney taste.
Piney, that's yeah.
That's like, every time I hear Piney now, because of fucking this other podcast I listen to, not gonna mention it here, but they talk about hillbilly folks, and that's what they call them, Pineys. So every time I hear piney, that's what I think. Just fucking pineys.
Well, I guess I'll join you on explain the strain.
What you
I got
smoking?
an interesting one this time. It's from a supplier that I've had, I want to say about 4 times before. Not a whole lot in the midst of legalization history. It's got a weird name though. It's called Ex-Wife.
Well, that means it's gonna hit you hard and take half your fucking brain cells.
It's called.
I said something like that to Chris at the store, actually. I was like, it's probably called Ex-Wife because it's mean and it hits hard.
Takes half your brain cells.
Yeah, I was gonna say it takes half your brain cells.
That's so funny.
Oh, it's really good, though. Here, let me pull out a button. Kind of examine it for explain the strain here.
Well, as always, there'll be pictures up on all the social medias when this drops.
It's
Smaller buds.
I busted up actually the last big one for these bowls.
Oh, fair enough.
So I probably should have saved that before I explained it. But it is really nice, really potent. It's got kind of a bright green, not like dark. It's more of a brighter green with a light orange, not too noticeable orangey colored, but very potent, dense buds.
Indeed.
Smells amazing if you ask me. I would probably say more on the piney side. Piney. Speaking of piney. And THC content, it's a little bit on the higher side if we compare it to Chris's there. It's got 247.2 milligrams. So 24.7%.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is
That's
it
strong.
sativa or an indica?
a hybrid, actually,
Oh, dang.
as you ask.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hybrid.
Good.
I'm not sure what it's a mix of. I mean, it's hard to say with ex-wife. I mean, some things, you know,
I bet you.
It's hard to say with your
like
ex-wife.
blueberry lemon, you could be like, oh, I guess I can probably guess what plants those are mixes of. But like ex-wife, it's
It's
like
a mixture of ex and wife.
I'm guessing. I'm just guess.
okay.
One strain might be
Widow, white widow.
White Widow, maybe, or fucking wedding cake, and maybe White Widow.
Maybe.
Ex-wife.
Maybe we'll look that up and get back to you.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll have that for when we post.
Well, I love how we just immediately assumed the ex-wife died. Like that's why she
I didn't say she died.
White widow.
But yeah, but the White Widow is the black the spider or like the Black Widow, right? So like
No, yeah.
maybe
Don't they eat their mates?
yes, the Black
Yeah,
Widow.
and that's why they become their ex-mate. Because they're
dies.
now no longer alive. So I'm like, so
was
these
deep.
people, so if you're like saying that these are the two weeds that combine this to make ex-wife weed, it's like, well then the people who named it ex-wife are like, oh, ex-wife died. Like, it's in the name, widow.
I see
Watch
what you're
it
saying.
be a mix of like peanut butter and like AK-47 or something
How's
stupid
that
like
equal
that.
fucking ex-wife though? That's just fucking
That's what he
weird.
means. Like,
Yeah, I know.
It's so
Like,
obscure.
what
we're
if the people that made it weren't
Arbitrary.
that smart?
Yeah, they're just
Or-
like, yo, what if we just name one of these fucking weeds ex-wife?
Or
It's so funny.
the guy who did it was like, I'm naming this Chantel. I'm like, why is this? Oh, it hits like Chantel did. Like, we can't name it Chantel. Let's name it ex-wife.
not saying
That'll
Chantel's or Peters.
No, but I couldn't think of the names. That's the first name that popped in my head. Sorry. I'm a writer. It happens. Names just pop in and out.
I mean, that's true. You try and sell some weed called Chantel, somebody look at you a little bit funny. You try and sell some weed called ex-wife, they'd be like, you know what? I might try that shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one that we were going to try, but we were like, do we want to try? It's called like stripper spit or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah. That's when I was like, I don't want to try
That sounds
it.
terrible.
Yeah, I was like,
What?
There's a strain called stripper spit.
yeah.
Okay, but it's just regular weed?
Yeah, yeah.
There's nothing, it's not like viscous or anything.
No.
Like, it's not,
Wow, viscous.
I just
Nice
got the
wording.
worst brain image about that one. That's
just
fucking
that word
gross.
is so descriptive.
Yep.
Viscous.
It's almost as bad as the word moist. Ugh. Ugh.
Just everything quiet. You're like, Almost as bad as the word moist.
Oh, I just realized
But
viscous.
we just pissed off like 3, 4, or 5 people. Just now that we said it twice.
I just realized. So there's this word, like these types of words that I actually fucking hate, and it's words that have the sound, like masks, which we say all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get masks at the store. Masks. We just say it. It's such a weird sound, and it I hear it like.
Okay. Now that you've done it a million
bug
times,
you?
I can't unhear it.
I know someone did that to me, fucked me up, and now the word's ruined. Anything that sounds like and I want to, now if I have to live with this, so do you.
Like tough.
For that matter, I might.
Tusks, well, plural.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forever
viscous.
call you over as Spinny.
Spinny,
Hey, Spinny.
No, it's
Spinny.
just spinny.
Spinny.
You can't say it.
Skipper.
Skipper.
Inside
Who
joke.
used to call you Skippy? I remember who used to call you Skippy.
It was
Lots
someone's-
of people.
Yeah.
It was one of Strange's
someone's
friends.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Could never remember your name. It's not that hard of a name.
Well, Spinny is just an awkward name sometimes.
Yeah, I don't care as long as people try.
Hey, Scooter.
Cooper. Oh, it was
Who was it?
it was
You almost sound like what's his name from fucking, I was trying to get the actor's name, but his name is the guy from fucking Family Guy. Joe Swanson.
Oh.
When you said Scooter there, almost sounded like him.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah. That's the guy.
Wait, was he here? Where did that come from?
I just fucking killed Spinny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
He
to.
wasn't expecting that.
Who saw Joe?
Adam would be proud.
Who saw Joe? Yo, you fucking killed that. 10 out of 10. I don't even think that's 9.5.
I'm ashamed I can do that so well, but I have a boyish voice, so it's fine.
Yo, if we can cycle that back to him, we'll get him to try and comment on it. Remember the video where he did? And he's like, judge the people's
doing
voices?
the impressions, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I bet you didn't know this bitch could do this.
Peter.
Shit.
Oh, Christ.
We had good times.
Oh my god, I literally killed him.
He's still
He's
going.
literally broke. He's broken. Like, you know, one of those toys that don't function anymore?
I think I'm good. I just can't think about it
He's
anymore.
tearing up.
I'm
Genuine
so crying. I'm straight up crying because it's so funny. Oh.
You gotta get yourself together, son.
So you're John Wayne?
Yep. I don't know Joe lines. Except for, hey, Peter. That's the only one I know.
Back to the movie.
Oh, yeah, that was the thing we were talking about.
Sleepaway Camp. Again, just an epic, one of those epic movies. Where were we? We were talking about the scenes, favorite death scenes and stuff. The clamp was Trina's favorite. That's always a special scene for a lot of people, I would imagine.
Yeah, it was a shocker.
Yeah.
It was
one.
it was a satisfying death scene.
Yeah, if people who hate Judy, it's a good one. There's another one, the camp count, like the leader of the camp council, the guy who owns the camp, basically expects Ricky is the killer, so he ends up finding Ricky in the woods on his way home and like drags him off into the woods and beats the shit out of Ricky, like pretty much all you think kills Ricky. He gets up from that, he's like, I did it, I stopped him,
Now,
I gotta go,
a preface to
get out of
this
here.
is that the owner of the camp, this old guy, is sleeping with one of the camp counselors, or is trying to sleep with one of the camp counselors, Meg. So
M-E-G.
he finds her dead, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna get this kid. I know who did it. I'm not gonna let him get away with it." And he's like talking to himself. He's like, "Meg, I'm not gonna let him get away with it, Meg." And like he's just like chasing down this poor kid that really has no idea what's going on.
So he beats the shit out of him, gets up and starts to like walk away from the fucking body, and then he goes into like the arch area for the camp, and like
Archery, yeah.
light shines on him, and he's like, "No, it can't be you." It couldn't have been. It's like out of nowhere. It's like he just automatically knows this person standing there in front of him is going to kill him, or is like she's not really threatening.
They're holding the bow, and you see that they have it already.
Well, does it look like they're just holding the arrow? Like they're just holding an arrow, twisting it in like their hand. To me, that's what it looked like. And so, but anyway, so he gets shot in the neck with an arrow, which I thought looked pretty well done.
Right through the throat.
Yeah.
It was pretty well done.
Right. And he dies, obviously. And that's when, she goes and meets up with Paul and says, Paul, come with me to the beach or whatever. And she's like,
they've been trying to get her in the water the entire movie.
Yeah, because she has obviously a fear of open water more than Trina. Obvious reasons, you watch your father get murdered and sister get murdered by a boat, you're not going to want to go in the water.
But wait, she went in the water.
No, she got thrown in the water.
She got thrown in the water.
To kill the dude in the boat.
Oh, true.
She's not scared of the water. She just didn't want anyone to
notice her parts.
Yeah.
Because, water makes clothing tight.
And all of them wanted to go skinny dipping.
That's true. Then, they all want to go skinny dipping. But every other time when they're all splashing around the water, having swim
why aren't you? Yeah, like it'd be
they
like.
always ask her why aren't you in the water, right? But that makes sense. I always thought she was scared of the water. But yeah, she does kill the one kid in the water.
It almost seems like she should be, but then that scene.
Yeah,
that's her
you
cover.
Figure it out.
That's her cover. You're not supposed to think she's her because she should be scared of the water.
Yeah, it couldn't be her. What happened in the water? She's scared of water.
Yeah. So anyway, she gets Paul to come with her, and she's like, "Take off all your clothes." He's like, "Fuck yeah, I'm getting naked right now. We're gonna do it." And then it cuts back to the camp counselors finding Ricky on the floor, pick him up, and they're like, "Oh my god, he's still alive!" And the cop at the end.
Oh
the guy,
my god!
Okay, first of all, when the cop first shows up in the beginning of the movie, that's a real stash. He has a real mustache, I do believe. It looks real to me, at least. At the end of the movie,
sure it wasn't real in the beginning.
I'm not sure. I'll have to go back. I'm pretty sure it looked real to me, but at the end of the movie, you could tell that motherfucker just placed it on.
There's a close-up scene, and it's just like a clearly pasted on, like dollar store mustache, and we just broke down laughing. It was like so fucking funny.
I didn't notice
fake mustaches in the 21st century can look like half decent. But this was terrible, even for back then.
Yeah, it literally just looked like felt tape.
Yeah, it looked like high school play makeup shit. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, I was keeled over laughing from the moment that frickin' the body in the beginning, like of the dad, is just floating in the water. Like, I'm dead, right? So he's just face down in the water, and then you see the life jacket after him floating. I broke, and that was like 5 seconds into the movie. I was just like...
It's great, but yeah, the ending is just the most epic part of the ending. So if you're along for this ride, you already spoiled all the shit. Big ending was that you find out that Angela is a boy. Because her and Paul are at the lake, whatever. The camp counselors come up against Paul or come up against Angela. Like, Angela, is that you, Angela? And then she stands up, and Paul's head rolls off her lap, right? Because she decapitated Paul. Mm-hmm. And she turns around, and she's got this fucking, like, mad, eyes, and she opens her mouth. She's like...
Well, you can tell they pasted her face over a male actor because,
the far shots when they're showing the whole body.
Yeah, when they're showing oh my god, it's so funny. Like, it's obviously shocking because you're like, oh my god, there's a penis on the screen.
Yeah,
she's been a boy the whole time. But it's not even that. It's the face they've pasted on top where she is just, her hands are up in the air beside her face and she's making like this wide-eyed, like
her hands are down by her side, holding the fucking thing.
For some reason, I picture them.
No, that's her hair.
Face.
Her hair is all standing up, and she's just like,
and she's like hissing, and it's just the most dramatic face, and she keeps the same face
the whole
time.
Are you sure her hands weren't up?
Yeah, her hands aren't up.
Is
you can
this
see
like the Mandela effect?
Because when they pull back. Because when they pull back,
they're not straight down. They're kind of out a little bit, but they're not.
She's holding an axe.
Right? Yeah, she's out like this. I remember. Yeah. He's right. It's her hair that's all whacked out.
Yeah, because it's like she's holding an axe and like kind of like.
Game recognized game.
Right.
Wait, what?
Nothing, honey.
But fuck you.
Yeah.
So yeah, they pull back and you can always tell they just pasted her face on this body of someone's
editing
naked
job ever.
boy body.
They tried their best for me.
They're like, she was been a boy the whole time.
Oh, but you're just staring at this face the whole time. Like you're just this face and this sound coming out of her mouth, and you're like, what am I looking at right now? Because they make her look really like wow, like whoa,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
like.
And that's how it ends.
That's
On
it.
her
That's
face.
just like on her
And then
face.
Credits roll on her face.
And that was the whole
His
reason why I
face.
wanted to
I
watch
was
that.
waiting.
His face, yeah.
The entire movie for that scene.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and I'm like, I can't wait till the end. Oh, I can't wait till the end. And I was just like looking at both of you, and then I got a good reaction out of you, because Spinny, because you were just like, wait, what? Ryan kind of was caught off guard too, because I don't think he was fully like he was still trying to figure out the story, so he's like, wait, what am I looking at?
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it's like I said, if
Out of nowhere.
you just want to see the craziness of it, you should watch this movie, because again, like, we can't really do it justice by telling you exactly about that scene. You got to see that scene.
You
for
have
yourself.
to really love
Treat yourselves.
B movie horror like 100%.
The look on her face really reminds me of like The Possession.
Yeah.
Like, what's that movie? You know, where they fucking
There's tons of possession movies. Exorcist.
Exorcist. That one.
The possession
staple
movie.
I was trying to think of it.
No, it's a different movie, Ryan.
What's that?
It's a different movie.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
What's a different movie?
What? That's also a different movie, yeah.
got what he did
yes.
there.
Yes, that's also a different movie.
He's fucking with you,
Feel like
Ryan.
I feel like I just fell off a cliff.
I'm too high for this shit.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna smoke weed about that.
Yeah, I'll smoke weed about that.
But yeah, so again, if you just want to watch some crazy horror B movie from the 80s that's gonna make you laugh and make you go, what the fuck is this shit? You got to enjoy B movies, like Trina says, because if you don't, then you're probably just gonna be like, oh, this is garbage, because it is. A lot of it is garbage.
It's so bad it's good.
Yeah, like the 2B movies or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. Well, those are real
Like,
garbage.
You have to think the most
seems like
campiest
that.
acting, right, and the most mediocre storyline, but like they just whop you at the end.
I wonder if they redo it today. If they were to redo it today, if they could make it, something a little more, suspenseful and scary.
I don't think
know.
they could do it today.
I think they might be able to just change it up a bit so it's not like because again, it's not like they're saying this person chose in this. They were forced into something that maybe might have broke their brain. Like like it happens. Like they did that in Insidious 1 or 2.
True. I mean, it's psychological torment.
Yeah, like
technically,
the mother of the aunt's the real monster. We
Abuse.
don't know what kind of abuse was led in that house. Like we saw her in the beginning, she was fucking batshit
Also,
crazy.
the aunt/mother did say, "Don't tell them how I." Oh, I'm gonna do the voice. Hold on. Now, don't you tell them how I got those
records.
physicals.
Yes.
The physicals. Don't you ask? I mean, I am a doctor, but blah 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 blah. And she goes on, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, wait, what? Like, what do you mean? Don't tell them how you got your physicals and what you did, like, kind of did
right.
to them? And it's like, what did you do? Like,
Is
Obviously,
that an
had a
actual
doctor.
quote? Did she say that?
yeah.
Yeah, she has to give them their physicals before they go to
She's
camp.
at the beginning when she's like, oh, what did I forget? Right? She's like, oh, I remember. And then she goes back and gets the papers. She's like, I got your physicals. If anybody asks you how I got them, don't tell them. And then she goes into her own little rant of, well, I am a doctor, so you could always tell them that. And then,
Basically.
but she makes it really suspicious, like, weird.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. So weird.
There's just a lot of underlying. Oh, there's also a scene.
I was pretty tired for this. There was some extended blinks, I'll call them.
Right at the beginning when they were leaving.
I might have had some long blinks.
Well, yeah, this was like right at the beginning.
Yeah, this is the beginning of the movie.
But there's also a scene, like, when you're getting more of the backstory, right? You see the brother and sister sitting on the bed, right? And he's kind of, like, looking at his sister, right?
Yeah.
I did... That part always confused me.
There's theories about that. There's theories that the brother and sister were like experimenting with each other because they saw what their father was doing. So they thought, like that's why the brother was like this. But like when the boy was doing it to Angela, when Angela was getting groped, because that's when that scene happens.
Yeah, she's having flashbacks. Yeah.
So that I think that's basically her trying to understand what's going on, because like she has an attraction to this boy, but she doesn't understand why. At the same time, she knows this is wrong and weird because she doesn't have what her sister, what his sister had, right? So and that's what he's looking for, and I think that's what that scene's supposed to be. I'm not sure.
I'm attracted to females, not males, kind of thing. But you don't understand that before you get that realization. It makes it out to seem like her brother touched her, and that's why she's pushing him off, right? But later on, when you find out that she's actually the brother, it comes into context that he's actually more interested in the female body.
Yeah.
Right? So he's like struggling with his sexuality.
Yeah. It's very, so again, I don't know if they could do it today because it's very interesting. Like
it's a touchy subject.
Logical or like, brain stuff.
Right? I mean, again, this was in 1983, right? So it's a very dated movie, but just the shorts alone make it worth the watch. You just watch it, it's like, oh, he wears short shorts. Look at it.
Short shorts.
I love it.
Crop tops.
Yeah, there's a guy who wears a crop top like the whole movie.
That was a fashion back in the day, and it's coming back around. All the power to them. Like,
I'm nothing against it.
That
It's
was
just
terrible.
It's just a weird thing to see and like be around.
it is, but it's being more normalized now.
True.
Men aren't, only allowed to wear men's clothing.
No.
And it was more of a subject back in the day too, where they didn't really care. They wanted to show off their physique and their bod, right? And it was all the muscly guys that had it, right? That were all like, look at my six pack. I'm gonna wear this crop top so you can see my fuzz. And it's like, ugh, can you at least just manscape a little, like just a little bit?
Don't use that word. We're not sponsored by them.
Yeah, true.
It was a word before they were a company.
I don't care,
just
but
took it.
yeah. I might do some scaping down there one day. But again, they're not sponsoring us. I'm not giving them free freebies.
Some of those shorts were like pushing the limits of some of the shorts that women wear these days.
Some of the
those
shorts were
guys
pushing the
were-
limits on what shorts could be called shorts.
Yeah.
Like,
On
are they
everybody.
shorts still?
Yeah.
Like they
Like, I got underwear longer.
just all bulge. Just all bulge. So, ladies, if you like bulgy men, this is a movie for you. Or anybody.
Because there's some youngins in there.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
remember.
no, don't be gross.
Yeah, that can go both ways, and not just men that do it.
No, I'm just
I know, I'm just saying. But there are a lot of men, and like older men in that movie too, that are camp counselors. Just like there's female camp counselors that, for men to look at, because obviously there has to be some kind of. Actually, there is no nudity in that movie, I do believe.
That's like the first 80s movie that doesn't show tits.
Yeah, it's very.
There's a
no
literal dick
gratuitous-
at the end.
Well, that's the only nudity. That's the only nudity in the whole
Thinking
movie.
that as they were saying that, I was like,
But it's not female
That's
nudity,
the
and that's the
shocker.
shocking part.
That was earlier in the movie with the curling iron.
Yeah, that's
the
Judy's
sh-
scene.
Yeah. But that's the surprise.
Anybody can get enjoyment out of this movie.
Yes, it's
As
always-
long as you like crappy horror.
Where's the surprise? Yo. Okay, completely off topic, left field, like and completely different sport. Y'all remember Where's the Pickle? That's the surprise. Remember that video?
what?
Okay, never mind.
You can't do that.
I can't explain. You have to look this up on your own time. I can't do this on the podcast.
Yeah, we'll look it up
if
after.
You didn't know, if I brought it up and you're all like, oh my god, that's fucking weird, then it would have been funny. But now it's like,
It's so funny because you're the only one
Watch
that
it
knows
later.
about it.
Sorry, dude.
or don't. It's fucking weird.
Yeah,
50% of our audience is gonna get that. 50%
Early
won't.
YouTube. It's early YouTube shit. Like
Some of them might.
mid YouTube kind of memes.
yeah.
All right.
I wasn't big on YouTube in the beginning.
Really?
I actually kind of used to hate it. I used to think it was so stupid for a while. I was one of those idiots. Yeah.
Now we use it for everything.
Yeah. Basically that or Netflix or fucking whatever streaming device. So yeah, we did. Any other questions? Anything else you guys want to talk about? Sleepaway Camp. Nope.
Did we do it justice? Would we explain? Did you get it now?
Yeah.
Do you understand maybe what
makes
the
sense.
fuck's going on?
Creepy. Makes
Yeah, no, it
sense.
made sense.
Creepy.
It was just fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it was so weird and fucked up without showing any nudity.
Yep.
You know what's weird? They didn't swear for the first fucking like 25 minutes of the movie.
And then all of a sudden it's
And
just
then
like,
it's
you cocksucker!
Well, go eat shit.
Yeah.
Die.
Okay,
Eat
yeah,
shit,
but like
live.
you can say shit.
True, dropping the F-bombs is the
Like
one.
yeah,
you could-
like kids can say shit back in the 80s, like right? It's like damn.
Yeah.
Like it's like a word you could almost say on the radio.
Yeah, but
Like if they said it's not the end of the world. Yeah, like and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, actually they're like trying to go for it. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our take on Sleepaway Camp. Again, if you haven't seen it and you got this far in the podcast, well,
Then you
now-
basically just
you
heard
basically
the
just watched
entire
it.
synopsis of it.
Yeah, you
Kind of
watched
out
it.
of order, but in order at the same time. Yeah, we're a little all over the place, but what else is new?
But hey, I heard about it first through a podcast once, and it made me still want to watch it, even though I knew the ending, because the ending spoiled me for years, because everybody talks about this fucking movie. Everybody.
It's so old too. It's not spoilers as if it was made in the 80s, bruh.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, nothing before 2000 can be considered
it was
spoiled.
20 years ago, man.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, that's not our fault.
It's now 2021. If you haven't seen
We
it
gave you a
21
chance.
years,
Yeah, you were warned.
Yeah. I feel like that's a good patent on spoilers.
Yeah, exactly.
20 years.
20 years, yeah. 20 something years.
People might even think it's a bit long, but it's like at least it's fair. Like
It's been 37 years, actually. I
what?
think it's actually been 37 years
37 years for spoilers?
since that movie's been made.
Okay, I'm just saying in general. Like, now that's just like a standardized rule put in place. Like spoilers only count
37
for
years
20 years.
patent.
Yeah.
Then you can say whatever you want.
True.
It's like a patents. They expire. It's like
37 years. Why that number? It's the same as spoilers.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that, though. We like watching movies together. It's fun watching movies with you guys. And we like talking about them afterwards, so that was us discussing that. If you want to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Twitter is at AlwaysMorePod, and Instagram is at Always Room for More Podcast. And our Facebook,
You can always find us at Always Room for More Podcast there as well. That was a lot of alwayses,
yeah,
but whatever.
it's
our
always
name.
room for more.
Yeah.
Always is.
Always More Door. Oh, an update.
Quack.
QWEST is still up, and
Yeah.
not QWEST on us yet.
Yeah.
What's still a little sad though is that he's still the only
Yeah, we gotta get around to that. But we hadn't
one.
got the other colors in
is
yet.
the loneliest number.
We need to get Staples, I think, still.
Staples. We need staples.
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 We need staples, and it's kind of like you can't buy you have to. We'll have to order it from Amazon. Like, imagine ordering staples from Amazon. You just don't go to buy staples from Staples.
Not anymore.
Well,
We'll figure it out.
We'll get there. It'll get its company up there.
There's staples in that box right there.
yeah, but not enough.
Yeah, we're gonna need more than those.
We need like
That's the
100
problem.
more staples.
We can get some of them up.
How many is in that box?
Not enough.
It looks like it says 1,000.
Yeah, and it's old as hell. I've had it for like 5 years.
You know,
now
every time you
there's-
close that box, this means it's gonna open with a new 1,000 in it.
This many.
There's fucking 6.
There's this many. You
Which
haven't
is maybe
made
20.
bargain.
I didn't see 20. I'd say that's like 10, maybe.
I was gonna think 12, maybe 15.
Whatever. That's
Well, let's see who got it right. Because fuck it.
oh,
Bets on it.
Yeah. Continue while I count. It's
Okay.
gonna take me a minute.
Oh man.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna smoke this bowl.
We'll hope we pack one other one real quickly because we're about to end too.
Yeah, I can do it. I can. Yeah.
He's got to count, so you
He
better
might
hurry up and
count
smoke
quick.
it.
He
You're
might
gonna smoke
count it quick.
Stop talking. Smoke your weed, man.
Nope, I'm not committing at this point.
Oh, okay, well now we've gone too far.
Because then I'm gonna have to rush to pack a bowl, and I'm not
Oh
doing
my god.
So yeah, if you guys want to see any of the pictures or anything we talk about, I normally try to post it on Instagram and Twitter, and to the Facebook page. So if
We
you,
try and keep up to date on all of those.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, because
Yes.
that's always helpful. We say it all the time, but we really mean it. It means a lot. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, leave a review. Like it on Spotify. Give us a thumbs up on Spreaker. Whatever you listen on, rate it there, because it helps as much as you think it does,
Yeah,
which
and,
is
you know,
a lot.
it actually does help because basically like iTunes make it so that every review puts us more and more above everyone else. So if we get more reviews, our podcast gets put above other podcasts, so people can see us if they're looking for something new to listen to.
We get more promotion if you give us more reviews.
Yeah, so help us out. We'd love to. We love doing this, and we hope you guys love hearing it. So, Spinny, is there a verdict on the count?
Trina wins.
Ha!
What? There's 20?
28.
28.
She's closest. And I honestly couldn't vote.
I win in the
Oh, so
staple
you're
bet,
counting.
and I win against Ryan in Pokemon Battle. I win.
Well, on that note, let's smoke some weed about it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming along for the high. Because there's always room for more.